The Rutgers Scarlet Knights beat the Northwestern Wildcats 79 to 72, but nobody cares. Everyone just wants to see how Ace Bailey played and how Dylan Harper played, of course. So Dylan Harper missed this game with a sprained ankle. So NBA scouts, watch out. This guy sprains his ankles. Huge red flag. He's gonna be a bust. Just kidding. Dylan Harper is great, but it is interesting. It's cool to see Rutgers play without Dylan Harper. He's probably projected to go number 2 in the draft behind Cooper Flagg, and I think Bailey's projected to go 3. We'll talk about the draft in a second here. Yeah, I just wanted to break down Ace Bailey's game and how he looked out there really quick. I'm sitting at a whopping 6 subscribers, trying to get to 10 by the end of the day. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and it really helps out my channel. Anyway, back to it. Ace Bailey played 35 minutes. I'm pretty sure he's usually around that kind of minutes. Him and Dylan Harper usually both play, mid to low 30s in minutes. But like I was saying, it's cool to see Ace Bailey play a game on his own, because I'd mentioned in one of my previous videos when I'm going over Cooper Flagg and Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper as draft prospects, who's going 1, 2, 3 and stuff like that. I did mention the fact that Bailey and Dylan Harper, of course, both play on Rutgers together. So let me know what you think, but it can benefit and it can also, devalue their game playing together, if that makes sense. Because as an example in this game, Ace Bailey gets his 20 shots up. I wouldn't be surprised to see him get up 20 playing next to Dylan, but usually he's splitting those shots up with Dylan Harper. He's probably closer to 15 or 16 or so normally, but he gets his 20 shots up because Dylan Harper's not there. There's no star player for him to share shots with. So, this is more what he would look like, being the number 1 star option without having, a playmaker like Dylan to help him get easier looks and things like that. Yeah, he's 13 for 20, which is ridiculous. 5 for 8 from the 3-point line, 6 for 6 from the free throw line. So just great efficiency from Ace Bailey, which is no surprise. Bro looks like Kevin Durant out there. Everyone that makes the comparison, they bring up Kevin Durant. I've heard the Brandon Ingram comparison as well. People bash on Brandon Ingram. Some people probably scoff at that when I bring up Ingram's name, but they just don't know basketball. They're probably just haters. If Ace Bailey comes in the NBA and he can be a Brandon Ingram, you'll take that. Ingram is a very skilled scorer. With that being said, I think Ace Bailey has the potential to be better than him. I can see him being, I'm not going to say as good as Kevin Durant, of course, but like I said, everyone makes the comparison. His game's very similar. So, I see him having a higher ceiling than Brandon Ingram, to say the least there. But yeah, good efficiency again. To be fair, they did play the Northwestern Wildcats, who are barely even a basketball team at all. They hung in the game pretty good. It was only only a 7-point loss for Northwestern, but again, they're barely even a basketball team. This dude Leach here, he had a good game though. He had 23 points on 8 for 12. I'm just talking shit. Of course, they're a basketball team. They can play okay, I guess, but they have no projected first-round draft picks, so they have no type of players on their team you can compare to an Ace Bailey or to a Dylan Harper. But anyway, saw the great efficiency, 37 points. What's going on here? 37 points for Ace Bailey. Personal fouls, the 4 fouls, but who cares about that? 3 blocks as well. When he scores over 35, I'm not even surprised anymore. He's done it, I don't even know in how many games this season. Well, actually, I take that back. When he gets over 35, I'm a little bit surprised. But when he's over 30, it's not even a surprise anymore. That's just kind of who he is. The 3 blocks, I think they were all weak side blocks. I mentioned in a previous video, he has really good defensive instincts. He's a solid one-on-one defender, a solid post defender. He's going to have to work on that. Of course, he's not bad at it, like I said, but he's not Cooper Flagg on defense, to be fair. Cooper looks like he's going to have a really major defensive impact, to say the least, when he comes into the NBA. But yeah, Ace Bailey, the 3 blocks, like I said again, he always gets weak side help blocks. If a guy's in the post and he spins over his shoulder and he thinks he has an easy layup, here comes Ace Bailey just flying in out of nowhere just to smack his shot out of bounds. Love to see it. Again, I think he blocked a jump shot as well due to 6'10 with a long wingspan. So I think he blocked a guy's three ball, and then he had the two weak side help blocks, I believe, as well. Again, he's a solid post defender, being 6'10. He's not going to guard Jokic or people like that, but he can guard some of those lengthier small forwards when they're trying to get into their mid-range post game. But like I said, the weak side help blocks is really where he uses his height and his athleticism to get those blocks from the weak side. And that's a skill. It takes timing. It takes understanding the game, kind of knowing when you can come off your man, when it's safe to come off to go for that block. Because if you come over too soon and the guy on offense is a skilled passer with good vision, you're just going to pass it off to your guy once you come off of him. But Ace Bailey has good feel for getting those blocks. 0 assists. Don't like to see that, honestly. For playing 35 minutes and getting 0 assists, that's kind of bad, to be honest. But with that being said, you're not looking for Ace to get you dimes, to be honest. He's just a bucket. Dude got 37 points on, I don't know what the percentage of 13 for 20 is, but it's really high percentage. 5 for 8 from 3 is ridiculous as well. So yeah, he had 0 assists, but who cares? Whichever team's going to draft him. I said before in a previous video, I can see him possibly going, I don't think this is going to happen, possibly going number 2 over Dylan Harper at least. I can see that depending on what the team that got the number 2 draft pick would need. At this point, I don't really see him going over Cooper Flagg. Cooper's just too complete of an all-around player. There's just too much to count on with Cooper. Cooper's going to give you the rebounding, the playmaking, the scoring, the defense. He's going to give you everything out there. And if he's not scoring one night, he's going to be rebounding. If he's not rebounding one night, he's going to be scoring. If he's not playmaking, he's going to be blocking shots. You know what I mean? Where with Ace Bailey, if his scoring is off that night, I'm not saying he doesn't have other things he can offer you. 6 rebounds. He's shown to be a willing and a pretty strong rebounder out there. Being 6'10", he should be getting some boards, but you like to see it. He has the willingness to go out there and hustle for rebounds. But like I was saying, if his shot is off, it wouldn't be like Cooper where he can give you the playmaking, the defense, all these other things to fall back on. Not to say that he won't develop those things and become more of an all-around player. But right now, he's just a bucket getter, and I feel like he's probably a better scorer than Cooper right now, to be honest. Cooper can score at 3 levels. He has a 3 ball. He can score in the mid-range. That's probably his strongest scoring spot. He has a lot of spots he likes to get to in the mid-range to pull up for his to pull up for efficient shots in his comfort zones. And then of course he can finish at the rim. But with Ace Bailey, if you watch the game against Northwestern, he's just getting the ball. He brings it down low. He does a couple of jab steps, and as soon as the guy takes one step back, he just rises up and just rips a 3 in their face. He was getting into the mid post. He was looking strong down there, honestly. I don't know these college kids he's playing against. They're obviously not grown men in the NBA, so we'll see how that strength translates. But he was just getting down into the mid post, spinning over his shoulder, little floaters, little fallaways. He has a move he likes to get to where he'll catch the ball on the wing, he'll rip through 3-4 dribbles towards the baseline and just pull up for that midi on the baseline, and it looks just like Kevin Durant when he does it. Kevin Durant, Brandon Ingram are great comparisons for what Ace Bailey's most likely going to end up looking like. Again, KD's a long shot. He has the frame and he has a skill set similar to Kevin Durant in college. I think Kevin Durant even came out and said, on Ace Bailey, this dude is even better than I was when I was in college. And Kevin Durant said that. Who knows if he's just, heaping praise on the young guys. Durant likes to show love to a lot of the younger players, so he could be doing that, but both things can be true. I don't know if he necessarily is better than Kevin in college, but Ace Bailey's a really good player, and you can have the conversation between him and Durant as freshmen in college. And there's a lot of college players where You can't even start that conversation with Ace Bailey's skill set. You can start that conversation with someone, and they're gonna have to have a discussion with you with how good Ace Bailey is. Definitely comparable. But yeah, just super impressive. I think he's already a better scorer than Cooper Flagg again. I think he can go number 2 over Dylan Harper, depending on what team gets the number 2 pick and if they'd rather have, a playmaking all around point guard, or if they just need a freaking 6'10 bucket getter. Because Ace Bailey is going to be, I think he's just going to be so good in the NBA. He's already going to be, like I said, just be an isolation bucket, just come off of pin downs, come off of screens, spot up shooter. He can really do it all offensively. But yeah, just excited to see him play again. Excited to see Cooper's next game as well, and just excited for the draft to see where these guys end up going and how things shake up. But like and subscribe if you made it to the end of the video and you enjoyed it. Please comment below what you think about Ace Bailey's performance, just about how he's looked as a freshman, and what team you'd like to see him go to. Thank you again, and we'll see you guys next time.